Welcome back. Got a bit of a project today. It's a little bit unusual. Need this. And we'll probably need this as well. Let's see here. Put these in the bed of the machine. I need 7/16, 9/16. We may need these and probably get these and these just in case. Okay, so what are you doing, you might ask? Well, we went to fire up the old family Truckster today. Every day, well, every Friday, I go to the deli for lunch and get a sub. And it's not a bad day, so when it's decent out, I like to try to take the family Truckster. I've been putting a ton of miles on that this year. I drove it. I don't know. I probably put 1,000 or 2,000 miles on the thing this year already. It's just a fun car to drive, and since I rebuilt the carb and everything, it's been flawless. I mean, the car's been really good. Other than it still uses an absolute shit ton of oil. Goes through about a quart every tank of fuel, and you only get 100 miles to a tank of fuel. It's about 17 gallons. So there she is. You can see we got the Christmas tree on the roof. That lights up. Just a little bit of decoration we did to it just to drive it around. I mean, you really can't drive one of these around without a Christmas tree on the roof, so I cut that off the property. That's from here. But so anyway, our problem today, I fired this thing up. I'll show you here in a minute. I fired this up to bring it, you know, I had the dogs with me and everything. We were like ready to go. And fired the sumbitch up. It was warming up, idling. It was on high idle. And right when I went to put it in gear, it gave me a damn oil pressure light. And it was a hard light. It didn't go out. It wasn't really making any more noise than usual. It does have kind of like it almost sounds like a bearing, but it's something in this AC compressor. I don't know if one of the bearings is bad on one of the idlers or something. Something in there kind of makes almost like a knocking sound, but I know it's not the motor because it didn't do it prior to me putting that belt on. So I figured what we would do is just come over here and see if I can find an oil pressure sensor. There it is in the back there. And we're gonna get that out and put a pressure gauge on it and just verify mechanical pressure. It's very possible the sensor just went bad. I mean, the car's just been sitting around here probably the last like 2 weeks because I've just been so busy with other things. So hopefully, let me see. This should be it right there. That'll work. Okay, let's pull this air cleaner off. That's the easiest thing to do. There she is. Set that in the sand. All right, so there's our sensor back here. Just a one wire deal. Looks like somebody's already put one on it. I could have got this from said the previous owner had put an oil pump on it, which is kind of an odd thing to replace. It didn't give me the warm and fuzzies when he said that. But I figure, I mean, it didn't make any noise. And I had changed the oil right when I got it, and it didn't make any noise. So, I mean, it's not like you could hide it with Marvel Mystery and, you know, have that last longer than the oil change. I mean, that's just not how it works. So, I don't think it has a mechanical problem. But I guess we're going to find out, right? So, let's pull that sensor off there if we can. I don't know if I can get you guys in a spot where you can see what I'm doing. How's that look? Oops, hang on, let me come over there. Maybe see what you got. That ain't bad. Let's do that. Okay. Sorry. So. I'm not real sure what size socket that is, if it even takes one. If that's moving or not. Hard to tell. Alright, let's do this. Let's pull this clip off of here. Get rid of this rod for now. And we can come in a little bit more like this. There she goes. Oh, come on. Not necessary. No. There she goes. It's got to be hand tight now. Your mother's a whore. There we go. Let's see. Don't look like a Ford part, boys. You know how I am. It doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies. Let me get the doodly-doo. All right. Oh, what the fuck? That is not 1/8 pipe. Quarter pipe. You son of a bitch, Ford. All right, well, that's new. So, you can see the hole there. is not the 1/8 pipe that I thought it would be. So I have to go to the shop now and get a different fitting. I'll do that and then I'll be back with you. All right, well, got our fitting here, you can see. Let's put you back. Well, I could just thread this in by hand. It's really not a big deal. You see where my fat hand is? Probably blocking the... Wow, I can't really get in there. Okay, let's set you up. I'm gonna need more than one hand here. How did I have you before? Thought you were something like that. I don't know why, but my hand doesn't want to go in the correct orientation to get these threads started. There we go. Shit. Boys, that's a 1/2" fitting and I don't have a 1/2" wrench. I don't think it's a 9/16 anyway. Well, maybe it is. Sick. That'll be good enough for who it's for. Get this line out here somewhere where we can see it. I'll just give her 2 little pumps. I thought that was the case. Plenty of oil pressure. Good deal. So, I'm betting this is like a Napa 17156. I bet you guys any amount of money this is like an Advanced Auto or a Napa, like an Eklund's. Anything Napa, it's electronic, electric, starters, it's all garbage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy a Motorcraft sensor for that. So you can kind of hear, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, boys, but look how nice that runs though. This thing's been sitting here 2 weeks. Not like a lick of smoke. Well, I mean, more than normal anyway. But it ain't, I mean, that's mostly steam. It ain't cheeching, you know? It ain't huffing, boys. That's just steam. Which is surprising why it still goes through so much oil, because it, like I said, it really doesn't smoke hard. Like if you mad at going down the road, it'll kind of huff a little bit, but it's a very nice running car. I'm really happy with it. Listen how quiet it is now. So if you remember in those last time I posted this about this car, it had a wicked exhaust leak. I pulled that manifold off and fixed that. It's come a long way, and it didn't take very much effort to get there. I put a new heater core in it. The heater core was leaking and the window would fog up all the time. It still had heat, but it was just super shitty, and I didn't like that. So we fixed that. I got all the power locks working. I had all the power locks working. But remember, the driver door was the only one that would work before. It desperately needs seals, right? That's why its door like rattles. This seal is just destroyed, and so are these things right here, little rubber bumpers, and that's what the door closes on. Those contact the jam and kind of keep tension on the door latch, I believe. I think that's how it works. But you could tell they're so collapsed, it doesn't really put any tension on the hinge or on the latch, so it kind of rattles. It's like really shitty. So I don't think anybody makes them for this, so I gotta find them. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but it needs seals, and I need the power lock actuator for the trunk. That actually is bad, and it does need one. So I have to find one of them. I found one at a no-ops Ford parts place, but they want like $130 for it, and I just I can't really justify paying $130 just to make that lock work when it works fine manually. And I mean, realistically, what am I putting in this car that I need to lock it up? Nothing. So listen to it. Sounds cool. It's a nice running car. I put tires and brakes on it. I don't know if I told you guys that. Still got a shit ton of oil pressure. And I didn't even check the oil. I probably should have, but I didn't even bother to check it. It does burn a ton of oil, like I was saying, and right about once every tank I gotta put a quart in it at least. I don't know what it's got for miles and fuel in it right now. Oh, it's full, so it probably needs oil at that point. It means I put fuel in it and didn't check the oil. I'm not sure what else to really tell you. I just kind of wanted to give you an update on this car. I didn't sell it. I haven't decided if I'm gonna sell it, to be honest with you. I don't know what I want to do car wise yet. We gotta get the Cadillac done. I don't know if I want another toy like I used to have. Viper. I think there was a couple videos of it. There might be one. just of it doing a quick burnout. I think that might have been a Facebook video. I don't know, but I've been tossing the idea around of getting another one of those. I really actually kind of miss that car. It was my favorite car I ever had. So I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you, car wise. I'm kind of a mess as far as making up my mind goes. So I don't know. But I haven't decided if I'm going to sell this yet. It's super clean, and I looked for a very long time to find this. I still have yet to buff it. I do want to buff it. I bought all the buff pads and the compound also to do this, mainly to do this. This is what I really need to buff on. But I'm honestly very intimidated by the project. I'm not the kind of guy who usually details his own stuff. I have zero qualifications for any of that. I could fix motors all day long, but when it comes to detail work, it's not for me. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna have somebody do that or if I'm gonna attempt it. But I really don't want to paint that truck if I can get away with it. So that's why I'm hesitant, because if I ruin the paint, then I have to paint it. But I like it. I like trucks that are old and mostly original, like unrestored, right? Like we didn't really do anything to this truck that didn't absolutely have to be done, and B, we didn't really modify anything outside factory specs. I mean, we'll change a little bit on the motor, like I was saying, but like it's got I put the factory double rounds back on it. I think you guys were there for that. It had like shitty singles. I mean, the tanks had to be done. Granted, they're not Peterbilt tanks, but I honestly couldn't find Peterbilt tanks. I looked forever. So like, I like working stock old school trucks, right? I'm not like, you're not gonna see me putting like a drop visor or weird, like I'm not gonna lower it, you know, I'm not doing things like that. That's not what I'm about. I like the old classic look, how it would look when it ran the roads in the 80s and 90s, right? That's why we have the green 3 lenses up on the top. That's like a super old school deal. You know, so I'm just trying to do what I can do to keep it period correct. And it's the same kind of with this thing. If I do anything with this car, if I keep this car, I don't want to change the exterior of it at all. I would like to fix the trim, which luckily the trim's all straight. It just needs new wood vinyl wrapping. So I think if I remove all the trim, I could bring that to a vinyl shop and have it all wrapped, and that would be perfect, right? So it needs that. It needs this just to be polished. This comes right back if you put wax on it, and it actually looks really good. And the car needs a buff, but it's not rusty. There's a couple spots of rust that I would like to fix, like on this door. This is the only real spot on this body. So I would like to do that. But other than that, you know, if I keep it, we're gonna do, it needs more power. Like it has to be faster for me to own it. As fun as it is to drive, it would be a lot more fun with like 400 more horsepower, you know? So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I really don't know. I'm gonna tuck it away for the winter. I'm not gonna do anything with it until summer. But the only reason I was just pulling it out was, like I said, just to go to the Broad Alban Deli Master place. I love that place. Get a sub there every Friday. Highly recommend it. Sure holding nice oil pressure. Hear it? Kind of sounds, it almost sounds bottom end, but it's not. Something in this front belt. I'm not sure what it is, but it ain't hurting nothing. Boy, she runs nice. I just thought I'd give you guys an update, let you know where I was at with this, what was going on with it. I didn't get rid of it. I love the car. So If you got any suggestions what we should do with this thing, put in a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think and what you think of the turd. But hopefully it's been mildly educational. I mean, it's not really a big deal to put mechanical oil pressure gauge on something to verify, but for those of you out there that do get an oil light, always double check mechanical pressure before you go flipping out, because all too often it's a matter of an aftermarket piece of shit part where it doesn't belong. So that'll do it for me today. Stay tuned, we got a bunch more shit coming up. I don't know what I'll be working on, but I'm always working on something. So thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one. So I thought we were all done with this video, and you're never gonna believe it. I literally pulled it out to take it for a ride, and I heard like a hissing, and I'm like, what the shit is that? Listen to this. You hear that? The goddamn brake booster just took a shit. What are the chances? Damn it, Jimmy. Oh, it smells like brakes too. I just hammered it up the road, like right in the wood. And yeah, it doesn't stop so well like that. And I'm wondering if that's kind of why it always had, like this car always seemed to have a soft pedal. It's hard to explain because it wasn't soft like you know, when there's air in it, it's soft. It didn't act like that. It acted like if your rear drums are far out of adjustment and you push the pedal and it takes a second to expand the drums on, or the shoes onto the drum before you feel the resistance of the pedal. That's what it felt like. And if you took your foot off of it and put it on again, the problem went away. And I'm wondering if it was just the booster all along. Maybe that's always had a slight leak, but either way, that's a major vacuum leak. Like, so if that's been like that, that means all my carb adjustments are wrong, etc. So that's wild. So now I got to do a little bit of diagnosing and try to find out. I'm going to pull it up here and see if it's, maybe it's this hose. I'm not quite sure with you boys. This hose goes from here, and it's seen better days, not gonna lie. So I don't know if it's maybe like this rubber part that's bad. Or this thing is bad? I don't know. It's pretty wild. But I wanted to take it up the road anyway to see what my hot oil pressure at idle was. About 35 pounds. I wanted to beat on it and get it warm and see what the actual I think I still hear it, boys. I wanted to see what the oil pressure was at temperature, you know. Anything can have cold oil pressure. We learned that with the fucking John Deere, didn't we? Yeah, that booster's junk, boys. So we're gonna buy a booster, I guess. We need a booster now. Boy, I tell you, I got a good mind to just put Hydro Boost on it. So we need a booster, And that oil pressure's under, so we'll rock auto that. But anyway, I just figured I'd give you an update. It's never fails. I tell you, the thing is running fantastic, and it goes and does something stupid on me. So that's old cars. We're just going to put it in the barn for the winter. She's done for the year. It's starting to get shitty here. You can see it's raining out. Luckily, they didn't salt, or I wouldn't even be driving it. So anyway, that's the ball game. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll do something cool next time.